All right, welcome back to Just Enough Garage. Today, will it start? Let me tell you about how I got 3 cars for the price of 1. Okay, as you saw in the opener, this is a will it start. This little Nissan pickup I bought from a friend of mine. He was kind of having a yard cleaning sale. He called me up. I ended up with a Subaru, which is in the background, which, you know, I always like those. This Nissan and a Saturn, which I have to go get later. I'll probably film that. Yesterday I was kind of on my own, so I got these collected up. This one was last running 3 or 4 years ago, I think 2021. He said it was kind of a farm truck. His grandkids were using it. They were just driving around his property. He's having a fuel problem. Last night in the dark, I was charging the battery. I did some preliminary. There is power going out of the fuel relay. It does have fuel injection. So I believe it's probably just the fuel pump itself. I can't hear it run. It sat for a while. So I think that's probably all it is. It's not a really big, will it start, will it drive? Yeah, it will. The tires are still good. The brakes work. It doesn't have too many mouse droppings in it. Let me take you for a walk around. This thing is kind of hammered. Okay, this is its good side. The bumpers kind of had some issues. The tires are okay. It's got this red pin striping on this one fender only. It has a different color there. It has a different color there. Got an XE door. All the glass is in it. The body is actually pretty straight, but it's been primered. It's got some dents and dings. It's a hard body. I mean, how can you go wrong when it's that hard of a body, right? He didn't pay a lot for it a few years ago, and so he didn't mind trading it along to me. It doesn't run currently. It's not too bad inside, 5-speed. Remember we were talking about the wheelies? Now I needed a seat like that. See? I'm not the only one who does it. I haven't cleaned nothing. I pushed it off my trailer last night, and here it is the next morning. Like I say, I charged the battery. Yeah, it should crank. Let me see how many miles are on it. Let me get my glasses. Yeah, it's kind of beat. I don't know what I'll do with it. 249,830. The speedometer's kind of been bent. Here's the key. It has a cute little, if the battery took charge, we'll see. That cute Nissan ring to it. Oh, missing a part. Blackberry. It was sitting kind of in the field. Let's see if she'll crank. Oh, looks like the battery took charge. Like I say, he said it was working good. The kids were using it. His grandkids were learning to drive 5-speed on it. He had 10 acres. And then it had fuel problems and it sat. The inside's kind of hammered. They were using it on the farm as a, as a farm truck. But when you look at the roof and everything, it's not all beat in. So I got an idea. First of all, let's put a fuel pump on it. The tailgate, the bumper's not too bad. Tail light's full of bees. Luckily it's this time of year where it's not a problem. Yeah, this has kind of got some, like an antenna or something was there, I don't know. Do a walk around, the good, the bad, the ugly. I got this idea going and getting that tractor paint I've heard so much about, black or silver. There's a dent there. And just doing the roller. You guys saw me do the spray paint pink. That turned out pretty good. It'll probably oxidize. I'm waiting for Mrs. Just Enough Garage to do her artwork so we can seal it. And I think it'll take too long for that to happen, and we'll probably have to color sand that pink. But this tractor paint, I might just be able to sand this, and then I'll just paint right over all this other stuff with a brush. I don't know if that's the best idea, but I'm trying these things. That's what YouTube's for, right? Anyways, this is the ugly little pickup. There's a fuel tank under there. I need to jack it up, see what's under. Is it a fuel pump on the rail? Is it in the tank? I have done no research. The tires seem like they're okay. I'll rehome it. This is one of the stray cats that I brought home. This is the other car. It's a Subaru. This one I've actually done some work on for him. A few episodes back, a year and a half ago, I put a motor in this car. We pieced together one, and now it's having a fuel injection problem. In that time, he put about 4,000 miles on it, and then he's decided, I'm done with this car, and he went and found something else to drive. He's a little bit older than me, and he needed it for work, and it just, you know, this car is 26 years old. It had some body damage, and it just, you know, at some point you kind of like, this is another one I'll rehome to somebody. Winter's coming on. This is a good work car for somebody. And then the Saturn, which is not here, we'll go fetch. Same deal. It was a car he had. His grandkids used it a little bit. It ended up in his property, and he's just cleaning up. So let me get set up for fuel pumping and see what we can do about getting this one up and running, and then see what we can do to make it a cheap rebuild, repair. Okay, let's talk about the Ford, because you're all saying, Darian, you were working on this, you were doing so good, and then what happened? Well, I got it indoors, and I ordered all the stuff I need. An alternator, the bracket, we're going to do a 12-volt conversion with the alternator. I got some more wiring coming. I got a new ignition switch. Yes, I'm not stalled out, but this week my goal is to do this, running, driving, get all these things collected. Again, I work full-time. This is a hobby for me. This YouTube isn't. Last week, hopefully you guys got a good kick out of the $3.78. This week, if you're interested, we've doubled that. We're almost up to $7. So there's no fun in this. It's just a hobby for me, you know. And again, these found me. I got a call on these vehicles. Darian, are you interested? And I went up there and I made a good price for all of them, and I'm comfortable with it. He's comfortable with it. And like I say, we both agree we can find a home for some of these. There'll be somebody who could use a little pickup, and maybe I'll make some money on it. Maybe I won't. That's not the goal. I'll probably end up selling this to, I know a guy who could use it. He's traveling 40 miles each way to work and spending a big bill on fuel. So this might be the ticket. It probably won't last but more than a few months, but, you know, in savings on fuel costs today, the offset probably will pay for it in about the same time it's about done. So it's just a joke. Anyways, it does need a good pressure washing, but let's make it run first, and I'll get going on that. Okay, I've jacked this thing up. Just how I did it. I use those ramps, one this way, one that way, because I'm gonna downhill going this way. Anyways, you notice these motors has 8 spark plugs, 8 spark plug wires. I'm not exactly sure how all that functions. Otherwise, it fires 2 plugs for the same hole. There's 4 on this side, traditional, and then they've put 4 on this side. So they must be coming in from both sides. This is the Z24 Nissan motor. I'm not an expert on it. It has fuel injection. You know, I've never owned one of these trucks before. So let me show you what I'm planning to do here. I charged the battery all night. You saw that it cranked over. I don't really want to get too involved in messing with this. I just want to throw some fuel at it. Will it run? Will it start? Okay, yes, it does. Let's go on now to the fuel pump. I looked underneath. It appears to be in the tank. So it's going to take me a few minutes, and I'm sure there'll be some rubber hoses, a replacement. But before that, I need encouragement. What does encouragement look like? Looks like a wrench falling. The air cleaner's in good shape. There's a few little seeds in here, but they're not, well, I'll show you. The seeds are in here. That's typical of mice. This was kind of sitting next to a building out in some grass. But luckily, the person who owned it was intelligent enough, and I appreciate that, and thank you. But he had some old rubber mat he had thrown down, and this was setting on it. So it kept a lot of the moisture and a lot of the stuff coming up through it. So we know it always starts with brake clean. Has anybody ever tried wasp and hornet spray? Kills on contact, jet spray, non-staining. So let's see if it runs first on this. If it does, then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, this is exactly what he said it was. It's a fuel problem. See, I've known this guy for a long time. Him and I have been friends. He's getting elderly, and he decided to clean house, and I'm glad he considered me. Now, let's see if this. We know it runs on that. Or did I just screw it up? Hard to say. Let's see what happens. Well, now, did it fire because of the Hornet spray, or was it leftover brake clean? Let's try again. They say anything in a can with propellant has butane, so it'll fire, but who knows? Okay, there's your answer. It did not fire the second time with the hot shot. So let's take care of that. Oh, baby. It's lubing this. It's lubing it, though. It's lubing it. Alright, enough screwing around. Where'd this come from? Did it blow out of here? Oh, did you guys see that? Yeah, you saw that. Well, I didn't have the cap on because I thought it was low on coolant. But now I see it's not. Hopefully that was just the action of the water pump. Alright, let's work on the fuel pump. We just horsed it around. So if anybody's ever wondering, can you use something else to start a motor? That is no good. This stuff still works. You know, whatever brand still works. Okay, let's move on. Well, it looks like it's time for a real conversation. I just started taking the tank off, and I got the skid plate out of the way. These Nissans have a little skid plate there. And I was looking underneath here. Show you in there. There's a big bunch of mess. I don't know if you can even see it. It's all this mud all over it. Big bunch of mess to get to the top of the tank and all those fittings and stuff. And then I realized the bed only has 4 bolts holding it on. And I started thinking, oh, gee whiz, Darian, why don't you just pull those 4 bolts, lift the bed up, work on the tank, fix this fuel problem, put the bed back on. But then it took me down this path of, well, you should probably get all the trash out of it so it's not so heavy. And it really is in good shape when I start looking at all the rails and bends, and I don't think I'm falling in love with it. I'm just not hating it like I first thought this was a throwaway vehicle, you know? It had no value. Again, here I go. It's a cat. Oh my gosh, it's a good kitty. You know, I've been kind of looking for a vehicle to turn into a rally car and make some big YouTube hits and become super famous for some antic, right? I mean, if you do YouTube for more than 5 minutes, you start thinking about ways to be more popular than cleaning trees and gravel out of the back of an old Nissan. But hey, do what you can, move forward in life. I think if I get this thing running good, because it sounds like it runs, and get the fuel system figured out, this will be a good little rig for somebody. Especially if we're able to paint it, you know. So now some of you are saying, I can hear it in your comment. Anybody who's worked on these before says, why don't you just go ahead and cut a hole in there, work down through, do your work. I can't do it. The tailgate's too nice. The bed rails are too nice. The floor doesn't even have the humps in it that you would see for, like, you know, if somebody was hauling wood and gravel in it and using it. It's just too nice. Yeah, it's ugly as hell right now, but maybe that's why it was a deal. This ain't the first turd I've polished. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And there is kind of a following with these trucks. It's just not my thing. So I can get into a commuter truck, or, you know, even if I kept it around the house, and when one of my kids said, hey, I got a bed to haul, instead of me driving my Power Stroke, I could say, take the Nissan. Better yet, why don't I sell it to one of those kids and they could be self-sufficient? You know? Now, I appreciate helping them, but sometimes convenience, you know? Having a little truck like this could be a real opportunity for somebody. And if nothing else, I get it running and driving. Let's say nobody wants it. Remember this time of year, go ahead, go to Marketplace. Go ahead, go right now. Go. And you'll see in there, somebody will say, willing to trade Harley Davidson for a little pickup or commuter car, dirt bikes, RVs. Everybody wants to trade for a little truck. Is this the truck they want to trade for? Not yet. I get it running good. I clean it real good. I put that paint on it so it's all one color, and you could actually drive it in the neighborhood. Throw some hubcaps on it. Shoot, you bet somebody would drive this. You guys notice what I just did? I put it up on jacks, and now I'm trying to clean it, and I can barely reach over the side. I don't know why. I always do that. Get them up off the ground. I mean, it's going to be handy in a few more minutes when I got to go under there and dig the dirt out of the mounting points on the truck. I'm pretty sure, since I'm working by myself today, taking those 35 pounds of garbage out of the back is going to help me. Remember when you're young and buff and you could lift 200 pounds and, you know, feel like an animal? Yeah, okay. Now I'm working smarter. I screwed my back up when one of my small children was about 7 years old. We went to a school to go sliding down a hill on a little ice ramp that was made for kids, and when I landed off the end of that little ramp, oh, I screwed my lower tail back all up. Well, that's been 25 years ago, but well, 20 years anyway. If I'm careful with it, it doesn't affect me too bad. But if I screw around, boy, do I find out. And there's no option. It's like nobody's going to go to work for me. Nobody's going to say, hey, Darian, I know you're feeling bad. Here's $2,000 for the month. Hope that helps. That's never been the case. So, working smarter. It turns out you need your back, your legs, your knees. You need all that for the rest of your life. You need that more than just a few minutes. All right, well, I think I'm going to sit here and tediously scrape this. Let me get some other tools. I'm not getting much done right now, but hey, that's what it takes. Turns out I got this floor scraper. I found it years ago in an abandoned house we were doing work on. Mostly just use it to scrape ice off the sidewalk in the winters now. All right, that's probably good enough till pressure wash time. Got a half a wheelbarrow. So I'm gonna put you guys on pause. I'm gonna buzz out all the bolts underneath. And hopefully I could just lift it up, sideways something, work up there in that front corner. And then I'm going to show you a unique thing. I've got 2 fuel pumps. One from a Subaru that ran when I scrapped the car, so I kept it. Because you know they're worth $100. And another one brand new in a box for a Daewoo for a car that my daughter wrecked 5 years ago that I found the other day, still brand new. And I'm thinking that part on the bottom is probably universal, right? So we could adapt it hopefully to the Nissan. If not, I'll go to the store and buy a new one. It's no big deal. Just thought it'd be interesting to see how those things seem to be the same over and over. And I could test it and everything, then put the bed back on. All right, let's see what we got here. You can see I got the bed kicked over. I took out the bolts. There were 6, not 4. The wiring harness, let me show you right here, is tight as a guitar string. I got a piece of firewood propped up there. Anyways, this is what I'm after. I should be able to clean all that yuck off of there, get into this tank. Everything's exposed. Let's see what we got. Maybe I should just go ahead and pressure wash it now, but then everything will be wet. Yeah. I guess I could use my leaf blower. That ought to make a mess. Let me get my leaf blower. How come the phone looks crooked? Oh, there you go. Oh, baby. Stand by. Alright, so to you real mechanics, this is probably just a day in the life of yourself. If you even work on stuff this old. You can see the original blue. But for me, like I say, it's just a hobby. And I'd like to see this thing go back into service. So, Mary, play some opera while I blast this. Ever tell you guys how I hate working on vehicles? Classic example. The satisfaction comes when you drive it. Satisfaction comes that if I can fix it for nothing. But man, it's hard to earn satisfaction sometimes. This is pretty nasty. When he said his grandkids were driving around the property, I probably should have said, whoa, you mean in the mud and the grass? But whatever. Looks like the wiring harness has a disconnect down here. A couple of hoses. That whole unit will come out. We'll be able to look in the tank. We'll be able to blow some air, possibly from the filter back, to verify that it does function. There is another filter here that we could change or replace or bypass, because I mean, that's never been changed. So the probability of that one, you know, what year is this truck? 30 years ago truck. Is it going to be good? I don't know. How many thousands of gallons have gone through that? So, you know, I wish I could get the bed like more, but I don't want to mess with the wiring, because anybody who messes with wiring knows what I'm talking about. Those are old connections, and do they work? I don't know. I don't want to get that deep into it. I just kind of like casually want to do a few things and pass it along to the next folks. This is a time eater. These things can be a time eater, and I'm really not into it. So, but I don't mind. I don't mind fixing the fuel pump. If I can paint it with a roller, I'm gonna try a roller brush, and it'll be horrible fine. Then I'll just take it on a rally car circuit and be done with it. If not, at least it'll look better from far, from good, from good from afar. Yeah. All right, let me get my little kit. I probably won't show you anything until I get it over here on the table, and I've already just found another fuel pump. Let me get this thing going here. I already found this little fuel pump laying around on my table. I know it's good. It came out of the pink Willys when I converted it to non-fuel injection to carburetor. I took that out and put a piece of tubing in there, so I know I got one that works.
How's it going, Darian?
Oh, pretty good. Mariana come out to see what I'm doing. Now that it's raining, she comes out.
Well, that's when I woke up.
Not when I was needing your help putting it on the ramps or lifting the body off of it. No.
Hey, I didn't wake up to no swearing, so clearly you did fine.
Not when I was ripping all the old rotten hoses off or breaking the bolts off the top of the fuel pump. No,
Are you telling me this is Mother Hen right now?
You showed up and all these problems were going. Yeah, this hose wouldn't come off, so I'm going to replace it, you know? I guess I need to figure out what year this is. I have the title. I just got to go read it. But when you're talking to a friend of yours and he says, you take all three for a price, you're like, sure. Let me go home and get my trailer. I mean, you don't really ask too many questions. You got paperwork, you got keys. I'm your guy. So,
Pawning his garbage onto you, know.
Nah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I know.
What I was thinking here is that it's possible it's just out of gas, but I still never heard the fuel pump at all. So, I'm just going to start right out with...
You're going to let all the debris fall in there?
I'm hoping not to, but it'll probably get a new filter. Now, in theory, I hope this goes high enough. Smells like gas. It smells pretty good. It's wet, so that wasn't our problem. What is hung up on that? What in the hell is your issue? Oh, there's a float. Probably gonna need that.
How else are we supposed to know how high or low the fuel level is?
Well, it was about up to there.
This is the crappiest toilet bowl, toilet well thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, point the cat. Hold on, it's starting to rain on us, of course.
Of course.
Let me put the light on there, Mary.
I got the flash on. You can see around. It's pretty clean,
Is it
actually.
rusty?
No, look at it.
I can't see that far. All right,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
let's get over here out of the rain. See if we can salvage this, or if I need to just... See, this is what I think the pump's going to look like inside that cage. Something like that. This one comes from a Dodge, made in the US of A.
Dude.
Why do we got to find a table inside now? Put that on pause when we get set up, Mary.
Darian's been taking it apart, and he wanted to show off a new tool.
It's not new. It's new. Got it at a yard sale the other day. I don't know, the whole bunch of junk, including everything I got, was like $3. Anyways, so yeah, this hose, this fuel pump doesn't fit nothing on here. I'm gonna just try to make it work. And you're thinking, Darian, just go spend $300, $295, $190 on the real one. No.
He said, I'm just going to zip tie it on there.
I'm going to zip tie it in there, hose clamp it in there, put the wires to the wires, and call it a day, shove it in there. And if I have problems after I paint the truck, and I'm like, yeah, the clutch is good. Yeah, the brakes work. Man, the air conditioning even works. And the truck looks so good. Oh, I'll just take this apart then and do it right someday. If not, I'm screwing over the next person who's going to get the truck, because they'll be like, what the hell is this? So anyways, I wanted to show you that this is what usually I use my branch cutter. Oh, you know what this means?
This thing doesn't work.
This damn thing doesn't work. Yeah, it did work eventually.
It's smoother than what you did out there.
Yeah, I've been struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. This is innovation at its finest.
And then it started raining.
Yeah.
So now we're in here.
Anyways, look at the wires. See, these just push on. These ones were threaded, so I'll have to change the ends of these. Put black to black, red to red. And then it should just power up and just zzz along. So I'm putting the clamps on here and making sure that these will reach. And then hopefully it's not too deep into the tank, but deep enough. That's what I'm doing today. So let me continue on with what I'm doing. And we'll go from there.
Ooh.
Mary's impressed, but she's not impressed. So I zip tied in this pump. It's okay. It's sitting there. It's okay. You know, it worked. And then I butt connected that for the length because these were too short all of a sudden. I don't even know if it'll fit in the tank. It looks like it's pretty close, like if that folds up just right. I don't know, because Nissan sells this whole unit, I'm like, the very worst. But at least this will tell me if the truck runs and drives, and then say, oh, we do it again? Yeah, I know. But this is the whole thing about a budget. So I think I'll need to get a new piece of fuel injection hose here, because I don't think I have any. Let's go see if it fits in the tank, Mary. We've only got one broken bolt on the top of the tank. It's kind of rusty inside. This is a turd I'm polishing. If it don't work out, oh wait, I could be a real YouTuber, Mary, and just put a boat tank in the back and drive around on it and then say, what a great video. And some reason people give them millions of hits, and I'm over here doing real mechanicking work and nobody seems to care. You know, making it work. And everybody's like, oh yeah, he put a boat tank in. Talk about lazy. And then I got my shirt hanging up too.
Yeah, both tails have caught on things.
Okay, so what did I learn?
You gotta have a shorter hose.
Why is that not going down? Is there a magic slot in there? Man, I wish the bed was off of this thing and I could see in. Oh, that's good. Good thing we tested this.
It immediately fall apart.
You know, here I was just talking about boat tanks, and now I can see why people do it. Look, right off the bat. Already got broken wires. For some reason it doesn't go down all the way. Why does
Never going to work.
Why would this not go down all the way? It's even with that.
Yeah, and this is factory.
Do I just get rid of the sock?
Maybe I just have to force it. That's always works great. Things happened, and so now there's a triple organ bypass going on.
Okay. Nobody got frustrated, threw that thing on the ground because it went in there a third time and broke the wire. Nobody did that. That didn't happen. It didn't happen. And so those shovels and rakes and stuff, they just ended up over there when the welder got caught, and somehow there was enough force.
And this got caught and
Yeah. Anyways. Now,
didn't happen.
The reason I did modify this is I told you I had 3 pumps, a brand new one, which I couldn't find, and I quit looking. This Subaru one, which had a really nice holder on it. I got rid of all that stuff with a cutoff wheel. We've done a measurement. I welded this on. It's going to hold it, support it, and then I'll have new wires to deal with. But more importantly, it's not zip tied anymore. This will just go straight into the pump. Let me find the pump.
It's on the back fender.
Anyways, this should go in here once I shorten that hose to there somewhere, make a connection, you know. And the wires will now be there. And
Get your tape measure and let's make sure.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, let's make sure it's still on top of your welder.
I'm having a rough morning of it today. My eyes aren't doing well.
It's almost noon though, which means we could restart.
Right on the money, 12. No, almost. I had 12 inches of clearance. And if that's touching right there. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. We'll just shorten this up, put a hose connection there, cut that off. Okay, then somebody who's, you know, I don't know, one of the 28 people who watch our videos, great. You'll say, you don't have a float. It didn't work anyways. The gas gauge didn't work. I checked the door, the title.
Look at what we're working on, okay? We're not worried about it.
This was from March of 1986. Its good years are over. It is 39 years old, okay?
He's from May of 73, and his good years are over.
It's got some scars on it that we're not going to talk about anymore. And I do need to add a piece of hose down here for the return, but I've left that, and we'll just clamp that thing over. And then because I'm a coward, and I just don't know that I can trust that to set in there, I might put a zip tie on it just while I'm assembling it. Because there's something in that tank that pulls the wires off. There's a gremlin in there or something.
And I said it's the bread basket, which he calls a sump, but I think it looks like a bread basket, so.
Well, I don't know what the hell it is, but I need these two. And then as simple as connect. You think it's as simple as connect. I'll even keep that, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
all right,
yeah.
let me keep working. Let me work through the frustration and disappointment of a Almost free truck. Hey. Okay, so this is my creation. I think it's going to be okay.
Reinvented the fuel pump.
I see that there's just a little bit of a maybe sharp right there. I can cut with a grinder and then just everything. Because that seems to be the way I'm having a day today, Mary. Do you think I bring some of this onto myself?
No.
I take on projects? It couldn't be that way, could it? All right, let's see what happens. Finger or wires? Tough choice.
I'm trying to see where to film from so I don't
there's
get
nothing we're seeing here.
sporkies. Now we have two sharp edges.
That was a degree of success that will never be matched again at this just enough home garage shop thing that we got going on, Mary.
Do you want some sandpaper?
No, I want to put it in the tank and see if the pump even works.
Okay.
But first you gotta get it hot. Okay. Now, if you cut these wires on a fourth time, I'm gonna throw a match in there, and it's not gonna be the end of this truck. I put the wires on the opposite side too. Oh. See, all the swearing and cussing is paid off. It just fell right in. No, now there's no fuel gauge, which there wasn't anyways.
Yeah, the last one was all burnt up. The float.
And I looked on Rock Auto and they showed a fuel pump for $28. Not like the one we have over here.
No, not like the one we have in there either. That's a
No.
Subaru one.
No, but it didn't have any of this stuff.
Leftover Subaru one.
So I'm missing a regulator. That's a regulator. I'm missing that. If it gets into a problem.
Like Warren G in the regulators?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
If it gets into a problem that starts giving me trouble, I'll just get an inline regulator and put it up there by the fuel filter. But let's see first. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and hook all this back up. I got to get a new piece of rubber hose.
Next time you'll see a success.
Well, we're going to see if it shoots fuel out of there, but let me... You're not missing nothing. Oh. You notice every time we film, we have to weld something, Mary. And the neighbor's using his grass mower, lawn mower, cutter. I just need a couple of seagulls and some crows. Man,
They have been making... Hold on.
I need a break.
They have been making a ton of noise.
The crows, yeah, they're over there. They're laughing at us.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, wait a second. I see them.
I can see why people yell, quiet on set and action. And I can also see why actors storm off the stage because they're frustrated with the
There's
circus.
also was a big soccer game down at the high school just across the street.
down
So
the road, yeah.
air horns, sirens, well, all the cheering and all that.
And now that we're not like in school or nothing and none of you kids are on, we're like, yeah, that was a big joke. I can't believe we fell for it. All right, look here. It's assembled. I'm missing two screws. One went into the depths of hell. The other one snapped off. So
It's in Tartarus now.
So I'm going to turn the key on. We should see fuel shoot out of there and spray everywhere. You ready?
Oh yeah, baby.
If it does, then we'll go ahead and invest in some hose. If it doesn't, well then.
And maybe some screw.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe.
Nothing, huh?
Yep, nothing. Can we trust your wires after it accidentally fell on the ground violently a couple times?
Maybe I should. Maybe it was a fuse problem. I know I had power up here. Don't you love it when you work on something that doesn't need to be worked on? It makes me happy.
You're gonna try to bypass it?
No, I'm gonna try and see if I got any.
Yeah.
One of these will be power. I'm gonna turn on and off the key. You're gonna move this around until you get lights.
Okay.
Pick one. Any power?
Nope.
Pick another one. Any power?
Nope.
Pick another one.
Nope.
Any power?
Nope.
Pick another one.
Nothing. I've hit them all. I'm doubling and tripling.
Okay. Still got a good solid door to it. Even though the rest of the truck ain't worth shit. I just love this. Did you hear this thing?
Yeah, it's beeping inside.
39 years old. And the only part that works on it is
the most annoying part that everybody wishes would die.
the key dinger. You left your key. You left your key. You left your key.
Nobody's going to want to steal you. Look, have you seen the way you look?
You left your key. You left your key. You left. That's how annoying that is.
Yeah, the one thing everybody wishes would die. Good news though, your assembly, it looks great. It's beautiful, Darian.
Thanks, Mary. So when I'm done here in a few minutes, we'll put this back.
This is what I've heard is called a kick in the dick.
And when we're done here in a few minutes, we'll put it back on the trailer, take it to the scrapper, get our $150 for it, and move on with life. You think there's a fuse panel that has a little fuse that says fuel pump?
I'm ruined.
What do you think that is? Because the relay has power when I turn on the key.
Now we got to dig in the fuse box?
No. Well, that's what I said. I thought it was working. But it doesn't mean there's not a bad wire. Come here. We didn't film this last night. Nobody cares.
Well, it was dark last night, too.
This one here.
Yeah.
First one. Fuel pump relay. So I could just run a hot wire from the relay because it gets power with the key. John had it all taken. I wonder if he didn't plug it all the way back in, maybe. Hope he did. Okay. Can't even blame the child who's not here. Yeah, get off there. Get on the ground. Get on here. Oh, you junk. Get out of the way. Okay. So.
We're testing in there now.
Okay. You are going to be the camera girl. And see those? Come here. Look in here. You see
I
these powers?
I can see them. Yeah, I saw them through the camera.
You see these powers?
Yeah, Austin Powers?
Yeah, baby. One of those will have power when I turn on the key.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Nope.
Try another one.
I know. Give me a second. I got to be able to eyeball it.
Try another one.
Nope.
Try another one.
Just a second. There we go.
Does it go on?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Goes on?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Goes off?
Oh, yeah.
Goes on?
Oh, yeah.
Which one is it?
Well, I have it in there still.
Well, move out of the way so I can walk by because I somehow herded myself in. All right, which one is it? That one?
The one it's in, yes.
Now, if I knew anything about relays and these numbers, is it broken?
Yeah, man. Great.
If I knew how to read that, 1 to 2 would be power through, and that's a switch. So which one are you on? Okay, well, it's going to require a little bit of effort, and I'm going to have to run a wire from here straight back to that, and then it'll run like, man, it'll go like a scalded cat. What has it been, 45 minutes since we made a clip?
Something like that.
I've had the pump back out. I verified that it run. There was no clamps on these hoses. I've run my own wire because in through here I have a fuse holder there. It goes to the fuse panel there. Somewhere between the fuse panel outlet and this wire here I couldn't get power. So the other pump, did it work? Sure, probably. Did you ruin it? Yeah. Okay, now that I'm happy with that, ruining it, this is its really first start. So now what you need to do, Mary, is holler at me. I'll leave the door open. When this blows off, then we'll know fuel's coming. We know the pump works.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
We bench tested it. We know the pump works. I believe I have power there. Oh, man. Here's the other half of that other pump that didn't work. Well, that's what the inside of one of those looks like when it doesn't work. Dodge.
The crappiest little alternator there ever was.
Dodge wiring. Dodge. That's why it's destroyed. All right, moving on. This is it. It's going to start right up, Mary. Then the only thing left to do is everything.
Okay. Oh, soccer game
so,
still.
I'm going to cycle it. See if you can hear it.
I can hear it.
I hear it too. Okay, this is it. We're gonna crank her. This thing's gonna run like, just gonna run good. We give it another cycle. You know, that gas might be old. Is it leaking out of there?
I don't see it leaking.
Well, you can come up front then and watch the motor run.
Yeah.
Maybe that gas is so old. It's only 3 years old.
Maybe he's just getting too much air. Maybe that's the problem.
Too much air, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, can you do two things at once?
I got two hands.
If it runs, just squirt a little in there, because just a little, and then we'll see if that takes off, because I think it's not primed all the way.
Boy, she purrs like a kitten.
I guess technically, will it run? Yes. Has it run in 4 years? No. Is the gas old? Yes. Is the fuel filters clogged full of dirt? Probably. We sure don't like it. Well, let's just sit here and see what happens. You know, it's never too late to take it to the scrapper and let the claw do its thing.
The claw!
Yeah, I didn't realize this was 39 years old. It's had a tough life. Oh, check it out. Make smoke.
Oh, baby. Look at that beauty. You know, Dad, I think these body lines are beautiful.
It's not really aligned up very well. Yeah, I need to put a fuel hose on the back here that's proper and some clamps.
Is it leaking? No. We don't even need the clamps. It's not even leaking. It sounds like a tractor. Smells like one too.
Yeah, I seen one of these for sale on Marketplace after I got this one. It said it needed an engine. And looking at this engine, this ain't the engine for it. It might be a demolition derby truck. A lot of oil coming out of there. But if I don't have a fuel regulator, I might be overfueling it. I don't know what they're supposed to run at.
Your poor kneeling pad is getting all dribbled.
A crappy kneeling pad.
Yeah, it's getting all dribbled. It's your new one from the radiator.
So the first thing you want to do with an engine that hasn't ran in 3 or 4 years is just rev it. Just rev it. The clutch works?
Perfect time to test it out while it's on vlogs.
Ain't much of a truck. Sure did a lot of work for nothing. See if it'll restart. Oh, you gotta push on this button. What? All right, you're coming around. What does old Derek say? Gotta blow out the cobwebs. We'll put some, what does he say? Put some,
I'm eyeballing that crow that was squawking at us.
put some Berman in it. Yeah, all that would help. So, okay, let's go get the other car. And then I'll throw this back together. We'll take it for a ride, but that might be tomorrow because going to get the other car might be like the rest of the afternoon. It's kind of down in a field down.
Oh, yay.
These other two were up easier. Yo, best money ever spent.
Yay, fishing.
No, I always wanted to make a rally car out of something I get for cheap. This could be it. Since that's essentially what the last people were doing with it. All right, we're losing the plot. Let's clean up and get out of here. So, we're losers. It does not run. We had it running beautifully. Jonathan's here with me today. He had a day off from work, and I was showing him my truck. I said, look how good it runs. And then we've been dunking around with it. We put a spark plug tester on there. It's got no spark. I fixed the fuel pump, no spark. So, I think it has something to do with that computer under the seat. I did a little research the last few minutes. This is 40 years old practically. I don't know if I'll be able to find one. Rock Auto sold them for about 300 bucks. eBay had them for 400. I don't know that that's it, but it makes sense. If I couldn't get power out of the system to run the fuel pump, the computer might not be getting signal. It was $84 for a sensor down there. This. All of a sudden it was like $700 worth of junk. And I'm just like, may not be interested in pursuing that. There is a guy I saw on Marketplace that was parting out a truck. I'll call him or text him tomorrow and see if he has a cheap computer. Otherwise, this might be it for it. It did run. It has intermittent electrical problems. We'll throw the bed back on and kind of assemble it. If somebody wants it, I'll sell it to them for parts. You don't always win on these will it starts. That's YouTube. Take it or leave it. It was a good deal. I think that it's okay. I'll probably break even on scrap value, and if it don't, but it's just too good of a truck to like kind of scrap. But on the other hand, I don't really want to put $400, $500, $600 into a $400 truck. So anyways, that's the way it goes. You win some, you lose some. I'm not done, but I'm kind of done. Next week, 48 Ford. I got a bunch of stuff coming in the mail. Some of it's already starting to show up. We're gonna finish and get that thing driving. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the interaction. Keep giving me the thumbs up. It only takes a second. Just keep hitting that. That helps the algorithm. It's helping me to advance. And in case anybody's watching the tally, we're almost up to $7 this week total earned since we started YouTube. It's pretty exciting. When I get to 100, they'll actually pay me. Otherwise, below that, you're just insignificant. We'll catch you next week.